let's cover the compendium a little bit. As the GM, your compendium is going to be one of your best friends. If you click on it, you'll see the different sections that you can access. If you click into powers, that's going to be a list of all your powers. It'll also tell you which compendium it's coming from. So for example, Arcane Protection is coming from our Suede compendium, whereas this particular Arcane Protection is coming from the Pathfinder one. So there may be duplicates, especially for things like Suede and Pathfinder, since Pathfinder has just about everything that Suede does, plus maybe a few things that Suede doesn't. Clicking on this little arrow will reveal a little bit of information about that particular power. And if we drag our character sheet, or let's open our character sheet with this compendium, I can also then drag Arcane Protection onto the character sheet, and you'll see that it has added that to the character sheet, and it gives all the details. I can then go in and select what I want this button behavior to be like. So for example, if it was Bolt, maybe I want it to be attack plus damage, or maybe I want it to be damage only because I always want to roll my arcane skill from my skill section. However you want to do that, you've got those options. Skill only would roll only your trait. That can be configured over here as well. So we've got all the different skills that can be used for different arcane backgrounds. Let's make this one spellcasting. So then we just want to make sure that we've got spellcasting configured up here. So we'll add spellcasting to our list of spells. Then you can come down, we'll say he's got a D8 in spellcasting. Now, with this being set to skill only, Arcane Protection will automatically roll the skill for us, and it gives us some of the information that we need. I say some of the information. This is configurable to some degree as well. How do you do that? You go to the configuration tab for the character sheet, and here you can add any of the different things that you may be using. For example, if you're using gritty damage, you could click that, identify what your gritty damage or your injury table rollable table is that you configured, and then it will give you that option. If you want to know how to configure your gritty damage, you just click on your documentation button up here at the top. And if you scroll down, you can see that we've got some information on the different setting rules. Here's the one for gritty damage. If gritty damage is turned on, you need to create a table in your rollable tables, which is over there with your deck of cards. And this documentation tab would tell you how to create that table. So for example, based on the Suede core rulebook, your unmentionables are going to be a result of 2, and there's no sub effect, and you could enter in the information there. And this would be the weight, meaning how likely is it to come up. Based on the weightings of the table, your most likely options are going to be the guts, all which have a 96 weighting. But these weights do match the core table found in the book, and so that's how you would set that up. However, we were talking about some additional information. You can prompt for miscellaneous modifiers, and we can also show the modifiers. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's already checked. Show modifiers. This is also where you can set up some stuff for the rollable tables as well. So like you can see that we're using the Pathfinder for the sheet theme. You could change this is using the default template for the rollable tables, but let's go ahead and make that match Pathfinder. So now going forward, anytime I roll off of this, it'll show a Pathfinder themed card for your chat window. And I want to show my token with my rolls as well. Then we can come up here, and now this is the other thing that you might want to do. You can show you the notes. That will show anything that's listed in here with your spell casting. So you roll that, and now you'll see that we've got a token or a card that's styled. We've got my token that's visible, and we also have the notes that were associated with that particular spell. You can see that we are also showing that it's a D8. the roll will automatically roll the additional d6s. So in this case, because it's a MOOC, it's identifying it as a group or crit check. That way, if you're doing that sort of roll, you don't need to roll any additional dice. The sheet does it automatically for you. We can click the icon up here to make the character a wild card. Now, if we re-roll that, it'll prompt us for the modifiers, and you'll now see that we're showing the wild card icon, and it now indicates that this is a wild die roll rather than a group or crit check. That's how you can add things to the character sheet. Not just spells, you can do that with like edges or hindrances. Same sort of functionality, right? You click on that, and it's going to show you what hindrances are available, which book they come from, and all that sort of stuff.